And hello there. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah. Yesterday, not yesterday, Wednesday, we left off with, we had just finished up the Heavensward Scholar quests. Given that there's some downtime now after the war, Sorin's decided time to go back and catch up with his old mentors. And we found that Surito Carito, the Tonberries scholar who helped mentor us, is looking to try and find a cure for the Nimian plague. The thing that has turned all the Nimians into Tonberries. Last time we found and killed the voidsent that caused the plague. I wonder if there's any progress on the actual cure. Alka? How are things going? Sorin! Did you just arrive at this very instant? It is as though the gods themselves have sent you. Not a quarter bell ago I received a missive from Surito Carito. An emergency has arisen at the Wanderer's Palace and he has requested our immediate presence. While the exact nature of this trouble remains unclear, we can scarce ignore his call. He awaits us at his usual place. Come, my friend, we haven't a moment to waste. Oh, right. Bronze Lake. Has something happened with the cure, or... I was hoping we'd hear good news, but this sounds... somewhat concerning. Seem to have a knack for showing up at the right time, though. Guess it's a blessing of sorts. Better than showing up too late to everything. Surito? Alka Zolka, Sorin. Thank you for both responding so swiftly to my summons. Forgive my brusqueness, but I believe it best if we cut straight to business. I presume both of you remember the invisible voidsent we defeated not too long ago. Of course. We could scarce forget such a vile creature. Well, you'll be pleased to hear that I've finished studying its remains, and believe a cure may be within my grasp. Give me a moment. Okay, I think maybe that's my volume better. But mayhap cure is a slight exaggeration. What I speak of will only halt the spread of the sickness, not reverse all of the effects it has had on our bodies. Surito Carito, you're far too modest a man. Truly, what you speak of is incredible. A miracle, even. Alas, it is not to be praised for the progress I've made that I asked you here today. You see, Setoto, one of my comrades who has been assisting me in my experiments, has mysteriously vanished. I am terribly worried. While the rancor has subsided from most of our hearts, we still retain our Tonberry forms. Were we to wander too far from our home here, any number of organizations would be more than happy to have us hunted down. That is why I would ask that you, my two most trusted associates, locate and escort Setoto back to the Wanderer's Palace before it is too late. Of course we'll do it. We can hardly ignore the pleas of one of Nim's foremost scholars. Sorin, I have an idea of where we can start. Let us check with the Grand Companies to see if a bounty has been placed on Setoto's head. Oh, right. I've got contacts in the Maelstrom. Hopefully... bounty? Let us hope it has not yet come to that. The Maelstrom Command is in Limsa. There we should be able to ask the Hunt Billmaster if any Tonberries have been recently registered. Right, I am aware of where the Maelstrom headquarters are. Oh, back we go then. To... off to Castle. And not often, I haven't really been involved much in the hunts. Hello, sir. Good day to you, sir. How might I be of service to you today? We're looking to slay a Tonberry. A Tonberry. We currently have only one Tonberry marked for the hunt by the name of Marbury. Marbury? If I recall correctly, he was marked for the hunt from even before Surito disappeared. The possibility of there being a mix-up between the two is slim. It seems we must continue our search elsewhere. Lieutenant Sherwood, Alka. I wasn't aware the two of you knew each other. Oh, Commander Riggy? Rashad, good to see you again. I think I may have forgotten to say so the other day, but I greatly appreciated your help with my training. You know I'm always happy to help. I don't suppose you've come all this way to thank me, however. What brings the two of you here? We're searching for an escaped Tonberry, and thought it might have been marked for the hunt. Tonberry, you say? While I can't promise this is in any way related, a few days back a disturbance broke out in Vesper Bay. They discovered a stowaway hiding in one of the ferries. Indeed. Witnesses say that a small green blur leapt from between the crates and dashed out of sight as soon as the ship pulled into port. While of a similar size and built to a lalafell or cockern, they claim it looked far too alien to be either. Thank you, Rashad. It sounds like you may have just given us our first lead. Sorin, after me. We make for Vesper Bay with all haste. Right. It's been a while since I've been to Vesper Bay. After the Scions moved out, I haven't had too much reason to be back. Maybe while I'm here, I should maybe stop by and say hello. Oriange's still looking after the Waking Sands, isn't he? It's definitely a bit quieter here after everything. Oriange has so many quests needed done. Until a new dawn breaketh over the realm, I shall continue to serve. Well, how fares the realm? It was but a small contribution to your triumph over Xenos in the grand scheme of things. But it was my hope that in fashioning for thee the improved fair XIV I would, in a manner of speaking, honour my dearest Moonbreeder. Like others whom we have lost along the way, she remaineth forever in my heart. And in Lisa's too, I suspect. They shared an interest in the martial arts, and often engaged in contests of strength. Indeed, were Moonbreeder still among us, I have no doubt that she would have fought on the front lines alongside you all. You keep up the good work looking after the place, and do take a break every so often. Anyway, back to finding Surito. Surito's made it all the way to the mainland, and he could be anywhere. Alka? Oh, good! For a moment I thought I had lost you. Oh, I was just saying hello to some friends in town. Oh, let us begin by questioning this man here. He appears to be one of the men from the ferry Rashad told us about. Indeed. Would you mind explaining what you saw, sir? You're asking if I saw the stowaway? Aye, you bet I did. Now, it wasn't just any stowaway that boarded our ship, nay. I suspect it was one of them fellas, a gob without his mask. Either that or it's a rare beastie you can't find around these here parts. Not that it matters, mind ye. Whatever it was, the brass blades are after it. You best be sure they'll catch it. Indeed. Thank you for all your help, sir. An organisation that large is yet to find a stowaway, and we've little chance of succeeding in such an endeavour ourselves. Rather than blindly rushing about, our time would be better spent gathering what information we can regarding this incident. I shall go and speak with my acquaintances in Ul'dah. In the meantime, I ask that you return to Surito Carito and inform him of all that we have learned. Right. Doesn't feel like we've made much progress, though. Off to Bronze Lake. Why was Tonberry in Eorzea? Where would I be? I don't even have a clue where I'd start, where I'd be going. Surito? We tracked Surito as far as Vesper Bay, but... Sorin, I can only hope your swift return means you come bearing good news. Yes and no. We're on a trail, but... has crossed the sea and is likely now in Fanalan, you say? What could possibly have spurred our friend to do such a thing? Alka? Surito Carito, forgive my tardiness. I made a small detour to Ul'dah to speak with my associates. Unfortunately, they could tell me nothing aside from the fact that the brass blades are looking into who the stowaway might be. I've nevertheless asked that they keep an ear to the ground and report to me should they learn more. Thank you, Alka Zolka. If, as you suspect, our friend has fled to the vast continent of Aldenard, there's little sense in us conducting any more searches. Judging by the brass blade's inability to find their quarry, we should have no need to worry about the hunt or any other institution capturing Sototo for now. Our best option is to wait until we know more. I am inclined to agree. Should I come across any new information, I will send word to you right away. There's a good chance this search will turn into something of a long-term effort. Sorin, I suggest you rest while you still can. Right. I'll see if I can just stop up and get a bed at Camp Bronze Lake. And a few days later. Sorin, what brings you this way? Oh, it seems then Alka Zolka's last missive somehow failed to reach you. He has uncovered information regarding Sototo's possible whereabouts and is currently waiting for you to join him at the Marauders Guild in Limsa. You'd best hurry. Oh, right. I guess the penalty of not having a fixed address. That or the Mughals made a mistake somewhere. Where am I going? Limsa. Alka? Well, come, my friend. My contacts have but recently caught wind of a rumour that the brass blades are once again on the move. It seems they have spotted a creature matching the description of the Vesper Bay stowaway. Luckily for us, their quarry has fled into the Black Shroud, an area that is out of their jurisdiction. While there is still much we do not know, at least we now have an idea of where to begin. Let us immediately depart for Camp Tranquil. That's near the Amdapori ruins, isn't it? If it was a voidsent from Mark that caused the plague at Nim. Maybe that's why she ran away. As you may already know, the only way to reach the Black Shroud from Fanalan is to pass through this area. That means whoever, or whatever, the brass blades were pursuing entered the forests from here. If our hunch is correct and Sototo is in there, we'd best hurry. A Tonberry who has seen little of the outside world would likely last no more than a few days on their own. To cover more ground in less time, I suggest we split up. I shall take the north, while you scour the south. And once we're done, let us meet back here. Right. Oh. Yeah. Maybe Sototo thinks there's a key to defeating black magic and white magic. Let's see. It's around here. A bit further down. If I was on the run, I'd be a bit nervous coming out of the forest into this open area. It's hard not to get spotted from Camp Tranquil. Crossing the swamp. Oh, Tonberries. Just more bonds. Tonberry would be pretty camouflaged in this kind of area. Green skin, brown robes. Would hope she hasn't gotten caught up in the warbles, though. Not the nicest creatures to find yourself trapped with. Wait a moment, is that? That looks like it. Looks like we've struck gold. We skin and sell this thing, we're guaranteed a fortune. 7 L's, don't go celebrating just yet. Got to kill it first. I'd so thick it broke my bloody knife. That looks like a problem. One way or another, that's a person they're talking about skinning. Excuse me, I'm going to have to ask that you stand back a bit. Oh, I beg to differ, she's not yours. Right. Eos? Lily? You wanna help out a bit here? Come on, friend. Let's see you back on your feet. Thank you, sir. You saved my life. That spell, you wield Nimian magics. Are you perchance Sorin, the adventurer in possession of a soul crystal? Surito Carito often speaks of you. Oh, that's me. Oh, Alka. I think I found her. Oh, thank the gods. You're safe. After my search of the northern reaches turned up nothing, I returned to Camp Tranquil to wait for you. When you didn't appear to appear, I began to grow worried and came looking for you. Good thing I did, too. Bloody poachers. Oh, but how rude of me. I nearly forgot to introduce myself. Hello, Satoto. I am Alka Zolka, Royal Marina Marauder. My friend, Sorin Sherwood, and I have been searching for you. My lady, if I may be so bold as to say so, your radiance, it is blinding. Sorin, isn't she beautiful? You can differentiate with Tonberries? It's obvious, isn't it? Her glowing skin, her comely face. She is clearly a lovely young woman. I'll trust your judgment. Now, Satoto, what prompted you to leave Bronze Lake so abruptly? As you are likely already aware, Surito Carito saved us. While on the outside, we remain as Tonberries. He has purged our hearts of the rancor. And that is why I left. There is something I must take care of now that my mind is once again my own. And what, pray tell, is that? Over 1500 years ago, back when Nim was still at its peak, my father was a scholar and a Royal Marine. He was dispatched upon a secret and incredibly dangerous mission to infiltrate Amdapor. The day he left was the last I ever saw him. I suspect the reason he never returned was because he was discovered and apprehended by the Amdapori. And so you came here, to the place the ancient nation once stood. You do realize that regardless of whether he survived or not, your father, he... I know. I am under no illusions that he might still be alive, even if he somehow escaped Amdapor. Unlike those of us sealed away in the tower, the passage of time would have eventually robbed him of his life. I'm only looking to find something that reminds me of him. A keepsake, if you will. It sounds as though you loved your father a great deal. Very well. If this means this much to you, we, the Royal Marines, shall volunteer to aid you in your search. Right, Sorin? Of course. It's safer than having you out here alone. The two of you would really do that for me? Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so very much. Now, let us return to Camp Tranquil. There we can discuss how to proceed. Oh, she was here for Amdapor, just... more personal than I thought. So, how do we start? Before we begin searching for a memento of Satoto's father in earnest, I must go to Bronze Lake to inform Surito Carito we have found his dear comrade, and that she is safe. Speaking of which... Satoto, you must promise me you will never again do anything so reckless as wandering to a foreign land alone. The realm is a dangerous place, doubly so for someone with your affliction. Very well. If it really means that much to you, I shall make that promise. Yeah, good. That is all that I ask. Sorin, I ask that you look after Satoto and see that she gets some rest, that she might recuperate from her ordeal. We shall make for the lost city upon her full recovery. Right. I guess I'm staying in camp for a while then. Between another couple of days later? I really wish there was a better way to do the time skip sometimes. Welcome back, Alka. Satoto, you appear to be doing much better. Even your complexion has returned to normal. Indeed, I too noticed that my skin once again glows a healthy shade of green. Alka is far more perceptive than I give him credit for. Sorin, now that Satoto has recovered, our search can begin. Ere we depart, let us quickly review what we know. Right. Satoto's father was a scholar in the Royal Marines who had been dispatched on a mission to infiltrate Amdapor. He was to return with a cure to the disease that threatened to engulf Nim. Only he never did. Yes, I am almost certain he was caught, captured, and then killed by the endeavour. Even if that was not the case, after 1500 years we can safely assume he is no longer alive. I hold out hope, however, that some of his belongings remain. The endeavour were extremely dedicated to expanding their knowledge of healing magic. Anything in a scholar's possession would have been of incredible value to them, and had your father been captured, they would have confiscated all that he had. He would then likely have been transported to a remote and secure location for interrogation. That means our chances of finding anything that once belonged to him will be in the highest endeavour keep. Oh, Alka, not only are you terribly kind, but you are keen of mind as well. Thank you. Now, in the final years of the War of the Magi, endeavour was demolished by the Magi. It was overrun with a myriad of voidsent beasts that linger to this day. As we forge forward, you must be sure to keep your wits about you. Endeavour Keep is fraught with dangers both known and unknown. Right. I suppose anything in there can't be worse than that Void Arc business. I don't think I've been here since I had to deal with Gilgamesh last. Alka? We finally made it, Sorin. If you're ready, please lead the way. Right, in we go. Presence chamber. From here we must tread with caution. We know not what dangers lurk in the shadows. Whatever happens, I shall not leave the place without something to remember my father by. Right. Yes, we have a look then. The moment. It's not... Check everything. Nothing in this bag looks as though it could have belonged to him. Right, then we keep searching. Wildlife so far, though. Tome, maybe this is an scholar's book? All the pages are in tatters. Perhaps we'll have better luck with the next one we find. Right. Then, oh, marble. Off cleared. Maybe best to, I guess we're not avoiding the wildlife. Another tome. Hey, money. The interrogation of the Nimium spy we apprehended is scheduled to soon take place at the Moot Hall. The healing powers his people wield are not like those of white magic. Regardless of what it takes, we must find a way to determine the mysterious source of his power. We suspect his robes are crucial to his spellcasting. They will no doubt hold some of the answers. For now, however, we will be sealing them away in one of our mana idols. Sorin, this log, I think it's about my late father. Then we must begin dismantling the mana idols. Mana idols? Right. I guess so. Searching for... Oh. I've got mushrooms to deal with first. Alka the Tonberry enjoyer indeed. Mana idols be? Oh. That's where they would be. Hopefully... I don't know how old that correspondence was. If there were further updates that they moved it out of one of the idols, then... I'm not seeing anything here. Guess onwards. There's another one. Another even further on. Wait a moment. This is something. This chest is full to the brim of treasure! No, this isn't what we're looking for. Let us leave it. Are we just leaving? I guess I'm not in particular need of any cash at the moment. What about this one? Nothing here. That's not one of the idols. Those are, though. Why are there so many broken mana? Great gods! That beast! Over there! He spotted us. We have no choice but to fight him. Right. Oh. That's... Wait a moment. Hold on there, Alka. Okay. It likes laying traps. I see how this one is. Ow! I thought I got out of the way in time. Right. Is that a coffer? And this thing must have been feeding on the mana idols. You okay there, Alka? Maybe this has what we're Satoto! Sorin! Perhaps this is it! Nope. What? Right. Recognize any of this, Satoto? Look! It's a Nimian grimoire! I recognize this. It's my father's. And these. These are his robes. They're from the day he left. All of it has been so perfectly preserved, it's almost as though you were wearing them, but yesterday. Oh, what's this? A soul crystal? Is that his soul crystal? Yes, and within slumbers the fairy that has been with my family for generations. I thought I had lost nearly everyone to that god's-forsaken war and the terrible disease that followed, yet, in spite of all odds, here she is, the last of my family, sitting right in the palm of my hand. I would give anything to see her again. Lilac? Lilac, please, answer me! This is a bit different from when I summoned Lily. That's definitely different. Hello, Lilac? Is it Satoto? Satoto! Satoto! What happened? Wake up! Sorin, something's wrong. She's not responding. We must get her back to Camp Tranquil immediately. Right. That's not good. Where's the fairy gone? If it even was a fairy. Alka? How's she doing? Sorin, you're a Royal Marine and an outstanding scholar besides. Surely you can diagnose what's wrong with her. Right, I'll have a look. No injuries outside. She seems stable, but why wouldn't she be waking? I don't think why she wouldn't be waking up. As far as I can tell, she's fine, just comatose. She won't be waking anytime soon? No, that can't be. What in the seven hells happened back there? Oh. Troubled civilians in need of help and hand, I presume. Might the wood whalers be of assistance? Ah, well if it isn't the adventurer, what brings you to this neck of the woods? Hello again, Landonel. Sorin, this is another one of your friends, I take it? Sort of, yeah. We're trying to help this Tonberry here. So, in essence, a botching vacation rendered this thing unconscious. So it's just that is simple enough. Just leave it there to rest until it wakes up. Thing? Thing? How dare you speak of Satoto in such a callous manner? And to think that you would suggest we leave this beautiful young lady out here in the open until she wakes up. You must be mad. Young lady? You're quite sure that that's what she is? My apologies. I shall carry the young girl inside and see that she is given a proper place to rest, but before that, this coat of green mucus isn't contagious, is it? Green mucus? That's not green mucus, it's... never mind. No, it's not contagious. You should be fine. Thank you for your help, sir. It is greatly appreciated. Right. At least for now, we can rest easy knowing that Satoto is safe, or as safe as she can be given the circumstances. All should be in order. I've seen to it that your friend has been given a comfortable bed to rest in until she recovers. Thanks, Lantinel. Sorin, I shall return to Bronze Lake and inform Surito Carito of all that has happened. Perhaps he will be able to shed light on what is wrong with Sototo. In the meantime, I would ask that you remain near on hand and keep an eye on her. Don't worry, I shan't be away long. Right. Guess I'm camping out here again. Kinda tempted to go and investigate, see if I can find any trace of where that fairy went, but I'll hold on until Alka Zolka gets back. And, once again, a few days later. I should set up a fade to black and then just a fade from black transition. For doing things like this. I could probably even... No, that'd be too much effort for someone like me. To do the little SpongeBob. 2 days later. Sorin, something's terribly wrong. Ever since she collapsed, Sototo hasn't so much as stirred. According to Surito Carito, the sickness transforms not only the body, but also the quality of the afflicted individual's aether. As such, attempting to summon Lilac in her current state likely drained her of nearly all her vitality. A bit of rest, however, should have been enough to replenish her reserves, and she should be awake by now. The fact that she's not means something else is amiss. Please go and have a word with Surito Carito, scholar to scholar. Perhaps if you were to combine your wits, you might learn what is wrong. I shall remain here and look after Sototo. Right. So, a lack of aether causing unconsciousness, that's... I can gather that much. Unless... maybe Lilac took something from Sototo? Or Sototo accidentally... if just her magical aether wasn't enough, gave something else of herself? I'll maybe run these ideas past Surito. He might have a better idea. Surito? Alka sent me here to talk with you about Sototo's condition. So Sototo still slumbers on. Indeed. Normally, when scholars summon their fairies, they do so by extracting a portion of the aether circulating through their body and willing it to take shape. By releasing that form, they can then dismiss it, and the aether will flow back into their bodies. This is what should have happened to Sototo when she fell unconscious. I cannot understand why she remains asleep, unless... what if she only managed a partial summoning? There is a possibility that all of Sototo's aether fled to her from her body upon calling to Lilac, causing her to then fall unconscious before the fairy could fully manifest. That would mean this unbound phantom is out there somewhere, aimlessly roaming the land and preventing her from regaining consciousness. You and Alka must hurry to find and dispatch of it before it wanders too far. It may be the only way to wake her. Right. Okay. Not what I was thinking, but... so she... but... it's right that she didn't have enough aether to manage a full summoning. But without managing the full summoning, I guess you don't have the safety net of... the fairy being intelligent enough to return your aether to you. Disconnect you from chat? It still says I'm live. I don't think I've disconnected from anything else. Give me a moment. Oh, there we go. Alka? That little orb thing we saw? Oh, finally, you've returned. What did Surito Carito have to say? In essence, we need to find that orb and destroy it, I guess. A partially summoned familiar? And then, as Surito Carito suggests, we must hunt this thing down and destroy it. Do you recall how, right before Sototo fell unconscious at the ruins, a purple sphere of light appeared before us? That must be the phantom fairy to which he refers. Problem is, the moment it materialized, it vanished from Amdapor Keep. There's no telling where it could have gone. The two of you are looking awfully somber. What's wrong? We're on the hunt for a purple orb of light. I'm not saying the right things. or people are just ignoring Sorin. Does this thing, by any chance, resemble a floating violet orb? That's... is what I just said, sir. Oh, so you've seen it? No, but lately many of the whalers have been claiming they've encountered a spectre in the forest. In fact, the reports have been so numerous in number that I've been given orders to investigate the matter. Interestingly enough, the description they've given me seems to match this phantom fairy of yours. Aye, that'll be it, all right. Well, I'd like to immediately begin my search of this fairy spectre. There are a few rather pressing matters I must attend to first. Not to worry. Sorin and I will take it from here. We've already troubled you enough as it is. Very well then. My men have spotted a thing along the upper paths and Snake Mold. You may want to begin by searching both those places. Thank you. I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for the young lady. It's not as though I could simply stand by and watch as a helpless girl fights for her life. I suppose in the end he's still from the company of heroes. It may not seem it, but somewhere in that man is a good heart. Now then, let's immediately begin surveying the areas Landonal mentioned. You take the upper paths and I'll go to Snake Malt. Right. Hopefully it shouldn't be too difficult to see if it is out there. Large glowing purple orbs aren't exactly inconspicuous. Let's see. Everything seems normal here. No glowing purple orbs. Are you sensing anything, Lily? Maybe a fairy is better at noticing other fairies. Still, all seems normal here. Maybe off the beaten path. It wouldn't have gone down into the paths of the dead, would it? I wonder how Miss Seo's getting on. Anything around here? Wait a moment. That's a... I don't think that's the fairy. Unless it's grown a bit since last time. And you see the 0.1% health on your enemy. Right. Don't think that was it. But it's definitely not the normal kind of creature I see about the Black Shroud. I haven't seen creatures like that since... not since I was out in Alford. Alka? it's about time you came, my friend. I was beginning to grow concerned. One of the beasts in the forest had gotten the better of you. But Alka, I... kind of... I'm a little disappointed you think I might get done in by forest beasts at this stage. I myself encountered a fair few woodland creatures during my search, one of which was a purple sphere of light. Alas, it turned out to simply be a will-o'-the-wisp, but by the expression on your face, I assume your investigation went no better. Not really. I met something unusual out there, but it wasn't a fairy. Where the seven hells did that thing fly off to? There you are. Just moments ago, one of my men was attacked by your fairy. What? According to him, it disappeared into the lost city of Amdapor. We won't be able to give chase just yet, however. Entry into the area is heavily restricted due to the darkness which permeates it. We need to receive permission from the Order of the Twin Adder. I shall go and request that right now. In the meantime, I ask that you wait here. Laudanil, with all due respect, why is it that you're so intent on helping us? To put it bluntly, the fairy is our responsibility, not yours. I told you before, green skin or not, I cannot stand to see the young girl suffer. After all, the duty of the strong is to protect the weak. Now, if you two are... Sorry, just the thunder, the ominous thunder there in the background made that a little more ominous perhaps than it should have been. Now, if the two of you are planning on joining me in this fight against the fairy phantom, I suggest you begin making preparations. Taking this thing down is going to be no easy task. Right then. Preparation to go into the Lost City. Yeah. It's kind of like... I don't think he's heard about all of Sorin's other escapades. Despite being friends with the commander of the Maelstrom, he didn't know that Sorin... He didn't have any clue Sorin was a member. Oh, Sorin, you're here. Excellent. Laudanil, mere moments ago, received a necessary authorization for us to enter Amdapor. He'll also be accompanying us into the Lost City. He claims that in watching over Sototo, he's developed a brotherly affection for her and wants to help. Honestly, I just think he's round for a fight. Knowing what I know of him, I'd agree with you on that one. Well, whatever his reasons, I'm simply glad for his assistance. The more seasoned fighters we take, the faster we'll be able to dispatch the parasite leeching Sototo for Aether. Now, let us head to the gates, where we will be meeting Laudanil. Right. I've been to Mark, now into Amdapor. Alka? Are you ready, Sorin? Good. The moment Laudanil joins us, we'll enter the Lost City. In we go. That's it. Ready, Lily? Oh. Sorin, Laudanil, after the ferry. Oh. Where's it going? Is it trying to lead us somewhere? I guess we'll... It's not alone anymore. The keepers of ancient Amdapor, no doubt. Let us quickly finish them off. Oh, that's not the attack I want to use. More mana idols, but we're not looking for treasure this time. Be gone with you, Mr. Fairy we're after. Hit all of them from here. I'm only seeing one way it really could have gone. There it is. Look, it's just atop those steps. We must hurry and topple these things. Watch out for that. Is it waiting for us? What is... Right. That's... I guess this is... the fairy now. Sorin, fall back and provide us cover. Landino, on your guard. It comes! Okay. Ow. That looks vaguely familiar. Yep. Even if it is just... Oh, watch. You're free. Together, everyone. Ow. You okay, Landonal? Decoy. Right. Those seem like problems. Oh. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Wrong skill. Okay. I think we're nearly there. That's it, right? Is it? Oh. Seems to be. Is it gone? Haha, it is! We did it! It's another victory for the Royal Marines! The statue stopped moving and the earlier dread I felt has begun to recede. Here's the Phantom Fairy is no longer. Yes, which means there's a very good chance that Toto's Aver has returned to her, as she'll be up soon. Let's hurry back that she might have a friendly face to wake to. Right. Back to Camp Tranquil. Lily? Everything alright? The statue? Or... What's this? Crystal? You know something about this. Sorin! What in the God's name are you doing? Come, we must return to Camp Tranquil post haste. Right, with you in a moment. Well, I'll trust if Lily says it's important, then it's important. Good Lily. You okay there, Alka? That fight! Whew. It took a lot more out of me than I thought it did. Where's the Toto? And Landonal, for that matter. Right here, I guess. Toto, you're awake! Alka, what's wrong? Are you alright? Do you not remember? You attempted to summon Lilac and fell unconscious. You've been asleep this entire time. Well, at least until we defeated the fairy that you had called forth. I had no idea. I'm so sorry. It was never my intention to place any of you in harm's way. While I was sleeping, I had a dream. It was of my father. When the first wave of the sickness hit, person after person began taking ill. I watched as he and the other scholars rushed through the streets, trying to save anyone they could. Then the sickness struck me. When my skin began to turn green and my limbs began to shrink, he decided to embark upon a mission to obtain the cure, one he knew was destined to end in failure from the very start. He made his way to where all the white mages resided, the enemy nation of Amdapur. In a last-ditch attempt to save me, he infiltrated their borders. I suppose we all know how that story ends. Even if he no longer cared for me, loathed me even for what I had become, it wouldn't matter. I just wish I could have seen him one last time. What are you talking about, Satoto? Your father would have been delighted to see the stunning young woman you've grown into. Thank you, Alka. You always know what to say. While I've always known I'd never again feel my father's loving embrace, I had thought that maybe, just maybe, I could have at least seen his fairy. My selfish desire to do so, however, I put everyone in danger, including Lilac. Words are not enough to express how sorry I am. That reminds me, Satoto, do you have any idea why Lilac was so drawn to the Lost City? You need not worry about it, friend. There's likely little rhyme or reason to the actions of a frenzied spirit. Maybe, but the way she was moving seemed deliberate. Almost as though she were trying to show us something. Do you have any ideas, Sorin? Well... Actually, after the battle, Lily showed me this. I think the statue dropped it. A gemstone! I think this is what Lilac was trying to lead us to. We should take it to Surito Carito that he might examine it. He, of all people, will be able to comprehend its significance. Right. Off we go. Oh, I nearly forgot. Landonal, sir. Thank you for taking care of me when I was unwell. Think nothing of it. This world may be full of self-serving men and women, but don't forget that not all of us are like that. Should you run into someone or something that threatens to hurt you, be sure to come and find me. Once I run them through with my law, stage to bother you no longer. Thank you, sir. I'll be sure to do that. Casual violence. Back to Bronze Lake. Surito? Surito Carito, there's something we would like for you to examine. Sorin discovered this gemstone in the lost city of Amdapor. It seemed as if to be of great import to the fairies Surito summoned. Indeed. Right. This one. Dear gods, it couldn't possibly be. This gemstone. It appears to contain concentrated white magics. How did you find this? Lily guided me to it. Ah, from what you described, I can only surmise that this is the Guardian Statue's crystal core, and the source of its power. Is it possible, then, that this is what Surito's father sought to acquire by infiltrating Amdapor? It is very likely. Had the Nimians managed to attain and analyze one of these gemstones, we could have found the remedies to any number of diseases, possibly even that of the sickness which destroyed our lands. It's just as I thought. Lilac was acting with deliberate intent. She had guided us to the lost city that we might uncover this. Normally a fairy which has failed to fully manifest is nothing more than a sphere of turbulent etheric energy, incapable of being manipulated by its summoner. Lilac, however, is in part a remnant of her father's Aether. Perhaps she retained his strong will to see that Surito was saved. Lilac, father, thank you. Thank you for everything. You doing okay, Surito? In my selfish desire to reconnect with my father, I caused the two of you a great deal of distress. For that, I am terribly sorry. Surito, there is no need to apologize. Your undying gratitude is more than enough. Thank you, Alka, for everything. And that you should, even now, treat me like the young girl I once was. It is perhaps what I've come to like about you most. My apologies, Surito. I didn't quite catch that. Do you think you could... Surito, are you alright? You're going red. Mayhap you need to lay down and rest. I'm perfectly fine, although, Alka, the next time the Royal Marines are out training, would it be alright if I joined you? Of course! You'd be a fine addition to our ranks, my lady. You're the daughter of one of Nim's very own Royal Marines, after all. For now, this is enough. When the day comes that I regain my original body, however, I pray that you will give me strength, Father, Lilac, that I might one day convey my feeling to him. You didn't hear that, right, Alka? I think that Lilac would retain a fragment of her father's consciousness and guide us to the stone. Surito must have meant the world to him. Good, he didn't. That's something I think needs to be told deliberately. Yep. The two of you have gone to great lengths to bring Surito safely back to us. For that I cannot thank you enough. This gemstone that you brought back from Amdapor at Lilac's behest will no doubt pave the way for a new generation of scholars. I shall begin analysing this gemstone straight away. I will do whatever it takes to discover the cure, and just carry on Sototo's father's legacy. And speaking of legacies, you have shaped up to be a mighty fine scholar, Sorin. I cannot help but feel proud whenever I look upon you. Oh, thank you. Well, and what's next for you, Alka? What a relief it is that Sototo is back to normal. That it is. While incredibly trying, I cannot help but be glad for our little misadventure. And not only will it aid Surito Carito's efforts to discover a cure, but the Royal Marines have become all the stronger for it. We have even earned ourselves a new member. I know I don't say it enough, but thank you, Sorin, for always being there. You're an excellent scholar and an even better friend. Now, let us leave this place. It is past time we returned home to continue our training. To victory! Come hells or high water! New skill. Oh. Berry gauge. Need to move that to where I can better keep track of it. There we go. Oh, Huh. Anyway, that I think will be all for this stream, because I have been slacking on leveling up Scholar and I'm not quite ready to do the Scholar quests yet. But I think it kind of works dividing them up separately. So Scholar has already done the Heavensward quests, so it will just be the Stormblood quests. So that will... Astrologian will be working through on Wednesday with Sorin. And then Friday will probably be Red Mage. Which means the following Wednesday will be Samurai, and from then on we can return to actually progressing. But otherwise, I'll be back tomorrow with Nier Automata. And on Monday with Okami. Which I am resisting the urge to try and boot up now. Like before the stream. It's always a problem when I decide what the next game I'm going to stream is, that I kind of want to suddenly... I just want to play this now. I don't want to wait. So we sit down. Yeah, you can't permanently change the camera angle when you're doing that. Anyway, as I said, I'll be back tomorrow with Nier, continuing on 9S's route. And until then, thanks for stopping by. I hope you've enjoyed. And have a good evening. And a good night.